principles is to lower the rates and broaden the base to grow the economy. And then he said, I am willing to work with people the way Reagan worked with Tip O'Neill and Rostenkowski. This was another one of those bipartisan moments. Romney basically said there are several ways we can do this. Obama never said anything.
Underlining the divisiveness that has taken place in this country.
Yes, and that he himself would bring a breath of fresh air. He said there are a number of ways we can do this. That's music to my ears.
Larry,
that's exactly what he needs to say.
Yeah.
Except that is not going to be realized. He cannot get bipartisan cooperation if he continues to resist raising revenue as part of a deficit reduction deal.
That's true. We don't know that's true. Leadership brings people together.
I was there in 1983 when Reagan made a Social Security
deal. There's no deal if there's not a tax increase.
And I was there in 1986, John, and I saw a deal that no one believed possible. And let me make one point. There's a difference between tax revenues and tax rates. And what Romney is saying is, I want to bring down the tax rates, and I'm willing to bolster the tax revenues by getting rid of the deductions and by increasing economic growth. And that's a crucial distinction, and you can work with people.
Carl, our viewers have weighed in as well.
They have. Here's what you thought of the first debate of the presidential process here going into the fall. 38%, I believe, thought President Obama won. 52% thought the governor won. 10% said neither side won.
Thank you for weighing in. We want to get more reaction to tonight's debate. Keith Boykin here with us, Democratic strategist, former White House aide in the Clinton administration. Your thoughts, Keith?
I thought this was a interesting debate. I think Jim Lehrer really was the loser in this debate, if you ask me, because he had no control over this debate, and I think it actually made it kind of boring in some respects, which actually benefits President Obama. But on style, it's clear that Romney won this debate. He seemed to be more aggressive, just what he needed to do, and I think Obama actually did well on substance, but I think he was actually employing sort of a prevent defense. He wasn't really trying to gain. He was just trying to not harm himself. And I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but Romney needed to do something. I think he did what he needed to do, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to make him win the election.
Jim Pethokoukis in Washington, there's been a lot of debate online about why the president never invoked the 47% video. Some speculate maybe he's trying to keep some aces in his pocket for later, but did that surprise you?
Well, what surprised me was there was really very little talk about the kind of things we seem to obsess about, previous gaffes, videotapes. It was really, I thought, a forward-looking debate, at least for Romney, who took a lot of time outlining his plan. And we've been, you guys have been talking about, like, what was really going on with the president tonight? He seemed a little lethargic, a little slow. I think the word is malaise. That's like I'm thinking, malaise. This is a president who seems stuck. The economy seems stuck. And at the end, remember what the president said? Listen, you know I've tried hard. If you elect me for another 4 years, I'll keep trying hard.
Right.
I'm not sure that's what Americans want to hear. They want to hear about results.
They want solutions. They want solutions. And I know that we actually found, before we went to the debate, you said, we do not know President Obama's plan to get jobs created again. After tonight's debate, do you know that plan?
Nothing.
We learned what
Jim, you don't know that plan either. But we definitely know Romney's plan.
No, I disagree with you. I disagree with you. We do not know Romney's plan. He repeated the same 5-point nonsense that he said before. There were no specifics. He talked about...
Number one, energy independence. Hold on,
how do you achieve energy independence? How does it create jobs in the short term?
Well, drilling is
that doesn't create any jobs in the short term.
It's creating jobs right now.
Energy independence creates 4 million jobs. Number 2, open up more trade, crack down on China. Number 3, make sure people have the skills to succeed. Number 4, gets us to a balanced budget. Number 5, champion small business.
No specifics. Those are goals. Those are not specifics. Those are goals about what you want to achieve.
But there's where Romney was very specific.
He said the same 5 points, and he said the same 5 points in his convention speech when everybody here criticized him and said that was not specific.
Romney was super
now he says that, and that's specific.
What goals did the president give us?
I'm not saying the president gave you a specific job plan tonight. I'm telling you, Mitt Romney is the one who's running as a challenger, and he failed to articulate any specifics.
Romney was very specific.
I don't know.
Not have to. He's the challenger. He's running behind. If he doesn't get any specifics, he doesn't win.
Can I just say that regarding tax reform, he was very specific. quoting numbers and rebutting Obama's numbers. He was very specific. Regarding energy reform, he was very specific. Regarding health care reform, he was very specific, particularly impressive, not just on the $715 billion number coming out of Medicare, but how it would impact the providers and how that in turn would impact their patients. He drew connecting dots that Mr. Obama just wasn't in shape to do it tonight.
Now, you hear this, and this is the brainwash. I knew it was coming. What happened was very simple. Mitt Romney went over his playbook, and he kept going right back over it time and time again, trying to assert himself, listing all the demands that he wanted to do, pinpoint all the way down the line, but never really gave a plan or a follow-through on exactly what in the world he wanted to do, specifically on how to achieve the goals. No, we never got that. And Obama just basically coasted and protected his lead, because his plan was let Romney say something that's going to screw him up. I'm not going to say anything that's going to screw me up. And that's the way the debate went.